Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to $3 the Eater. And you know what sucks? Cancel culture is terrible. Cancel culture is just god awful, but it's a world we live in right now. Everyone is stuck at home for 4 months. They have nothing to do. They're done with their entire adult film selection. They've probably blasted through or unloaded through all the way, all of Pornhub, and they're just out of stuff to talk about. So you know what it is? Let's just get angry and mad at everything, and let's try to torch Netflix or torch the internet or torch stuff that goes way back in the day. I don't know. Like a couple weeks ago, we had the Gone with the Wind situation where HBO Max pulled Gone with the Wind in light of the George Floyd protests, and it was like everyone was like, "Ah, rah, rah," and I was like, "This is stupid." But then we find out, oh, there's gonna, they're gonna be re-uploading it with historical context. I'm like, but okay, fine, whatever. Just put a disclaimer on top of that. It doesn't take you multiple weeks to slap on a disclaimer on the video file. You don't broadcast it in 4K, so it won't be that hard to do, but they still haven't re-uploaded it yet, even though as of yesterday they said it is in fact coming. So you've got that. But now it's moving over into something else. Petition demands that M. Night Shyamalan's Split be removed from Netflix. That's right. Citing its misrepresentation of people diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, a petition is calling for Netflix to stop streaming Split. Listen, I understand you might not like the fact that the movie doesn't portray mental health in like the most pristine light. It's a horror movie about a dude with multiple personalities who effectively, if you've seen Glass, is kind of a supervillain. He's kind of a supervillain, and supervillains aren't really necessarily always based in reality. Magneto, big X-Men supervillain, can move metal with his mind. No one can do that in real life, and no one has the ability to go into 20-some, I think 23 personalities, and one of which is like a superhuman monster. Just saying, it's not real. It's a movie. It's fictional characters. It doesn't exist. So drives me up the wall. So we've got that. We've got them asking for this. This is I took a snapshot of the petition. This is what it is. Get Split off Netflix. It's only got like 1,000 people who have signed it, even though today, for example, it was trending on Twitter. I woke up this morning and I saw, I'm like rubbing my eyes going like, what? Get Split off Netflix. And then I'm like, wait, yo, Split's on Netflix? They got the whole Unbreakable trilogy up there? Because I could sit down one night and just breeze through those again. Those are a lot of fun. I would totally check those out. No, I don't think so. That's my first thought. I didn't actually look into it. But let's think about this for a second. Let's look at this somewhat objectively. You've got people that don't like how the character is portrayed. Fine, I get that, but he's the bad guy, and that's his superpower, is having these different personalities that do different things. He traps and tortures and kills women. That's what he does. He's not the good guy. He's not portraying this mental illness in a positive light or even playing it up as being something to be fearful of. I mean, yes, that is the impetus of what's happening in the movie, but it's not what he's saying. It's mutants, or it's not human, it's superhuman, supervillain. I mean, there's context here. We can view the context and realize that it's not what you're trying to make it out to be. This is someone who is bored and trying to get attention, and they've got it. And they've got the attention because people are writing articles about it. I'm an idiot making a video about it. There's trending on Twitter about it. Mostly people were laughing at them over it. Because horror movies work because horror movies play into our base fears. Our base fears of the unknown, of things we don't understand, things that go bump in the night. I mean, it plays into those fears. Somebody watching you from a distance, stalking you through the night, that sort of thing. It plays into those. And the better the horror movie plays into some of those tropes, the better reaction it has from people. People who like to be scared, but they know that it's a horror movie. They know that at the end of the day, they're going to walk away and they're going to be fine. This movie does not sit there and push that type of narrative that if you have DID, that you're going to end up going and killing people. In fact, in reality, it's the exact opposite. The people out there who have dissociative identity disorder are more prone to suicide. They're more prone to suicide. They're more prone to self-harm because of the way that our system and our society pushes or ignores mental illness. How we don't tend to treat the scars on the inside. We only tend to look at the scars on the outside because it's what's forward facing. It's what's right in front of us. When you look at this situation, when you think about it, this is something that's just a horror movie playing up an aspect. And I've written a movie about, you know, a Vietnam vet who just freaks out and thinks he's back in Vietnam and kills people. And I keep going like, I don't know if I want to make that one, because I'm like, people could get really mad at me. They're thinking that I'm trying to mock Vietnam veterans, you know, or I'm trying to make fun of our servicemen and women, which I'm not. It's just, this is like something that came to me, and I've pitched the story to multiple people. And every time I pitch it, they go, oh man, that'd be great to see as a movie, because it still plays into our base fears and is telling an interesting story. Split was an interesting story. Its sequel wrapped up a trilogy that people have been begging for 20 years. So pull your head out of your ass. Just pull your head square out of your butt. Not everything needs to be canceled. Not everything needs to have historical context or disclaimers or trigger warnings. Not everything needs that. I don't even think that Gone with the Wind needs to have a historical warning attached to it. The movie is 80 damn years old. No one thinks like that anymore, and no one is going to sit there and go, you know what I really miss? The antebellum South. You know, I mean, I really just miss it, man. I think we should bring that back. Gone with the Wind taught me a couple things. No one is saying that. But because we have this very weird fear-based culture where anything that we don't understand or might be deemed as problematic by only a few people, the squeaky wheel always gets the grease, and it ends up being at the detriment of everybody else. We're seeing this now with like a whole bunch of sitcoms and sketches from shows being pulled because they use blackface. In some cases, it was actually meant as an affront to blackface, like mocking the concept of blackface. And I'm not saying that those should, like, that those need to be protected, but I'm saying it's like, after all this time, you've known that they were there. You've known that they were there, and you're getting mad about it now. It just comes across to me as like, people are bored and they're looking to get agitated, and they get on Twitter and they get people riled up, and then from there the dominoes start to fall. And this happens every damn time. And just so anyone doesn't freak out, look, no, I don't support wearing blackface. I think it's dumb as hell. But when you think about comedy, comedy is meant to make you think. Comedy is meant to make you laugh. Comedy is meant to be satirical take on life. And comedians tackle comedy in different ways. You can like it or not like it. There's lots of comedians out there that are very funny that people really seem to like. Man, I don't. And, you know, there's that, right? Like, there is that. Anyway. Jesus. Amy Schumer comes to mind, for example. She's terrible. She's apparently has a really big following. She's not funny. She steals jokes and she sucks, but people seem to like her. So there's that. You know what I mean? We can exist in these worlds where we don't have to always try to cancel something just because we don't like it. Take it from me on that one. Anyway, this whole thing is stupid. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching, and peace out.